Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. It is Thursday, March 9th, 2023. Here's your integral of the day. So we have antiderivative of x cubed over x squared plus 4x plus 4 dx. Right off the bat, I noticed the degree of the numerator is higher than the degree of the denominator. So we need to long divide, and then we can discuss how to proceed from there. So I'm going to take x squared plus 4x plus 4 and then divide that into x cubed. And then I'll just put a bunch of placeholders for the x squared term, x to the first, and the constant term. Okay, when you're long dividing, just look at the leading terms. So what do you multiply x squared by to make it x cubed? Just x, right? Good. Then you distribute that x to everybody in the divisor. List the result underneath, so you're multiplying x cubed plus 4x squared plus 4x. Then we subtract this new row from the row above. X cubed cancels, and then we have negative 4x squared minus 4x. I'll bring down the 0. Now we check, can we repeat? So can I divide x squared into negative 4x squared? Yes. What do I multiply x squared by to make it negative 4x squared? Negative 4. And then same thing, you distribute that negative 4 to everybody in the divisor. So we'll have negative 4x squared minus 16x minus 16. And again, we subtract this new row from the row above. The term on the furthest left should cancel, otherwise you did something wrong. And then we're left with positive 12x plus 16. Now I can't divide any further because this is degree 1 and my divisor is degree 2. So once this is a lower degree, that's your remainder. So we have remainder 12x plus 16, but usually we don't write it that way. We put it over the divisor in the integral, okay? So I'm gonna split this problem up into two parts. We have now integral of x minus 4 plus 12x plus 16, sorry, I wrote a 6 by oopsies, over x squared plus 4x plus 4 dx. Okay, how are we doing? So I think we can all agree this is no big deal to integrate. Now looking at the remainder, typically I think your go-to would be to do partial fraction decomposition, and that's totally fine. It works great. 12x plus 16, just make sure you factor the denominator. It's x plus 2 quantity squared. It's a repeated linear factor, so you would set it up as a over x plus 2 plus b over x plus 2 squared, right? I kind of want to show you something different though, because, you know, we all are kind of sick of these partial fractions maybe after a while. Just a different little technique to do. So let's split them up into two. That way I don't worry about this guy. So integral number 1, I'm going to say is x minus 4 dx. Antiderivative of that is going to be 1/2 x squared minus 4x plus c1. So we save this cute little guy. Then we have, and this is a little wild of me, but you're gonna learn to love this technique. So we've got 12x plus 16 over x plus 2 quantity squared dx. Now here's how I want you to think to do this other method. I have an x plus 2 down here. I would love it if I could factor out this 12 and somehow also have an x plus 2 here to cancel. So since I don't, let me think backwards. If I had a 12x plus, oh, what if that was 24? Then life would be so good, right? Okay, so you're going to go ahead and make it happen. You're going to say, I want there to be a 24 instead. So I'm going to put a 24. And then I'll just subtract 24, and then that 16 is still there. This is one way to do it. Over x plus 2 quantity squared dx. And then they gotta break up. So we have 12 times x plus 2 over x plus 2 squared minus, why do I say minus? Because negative 24 plus 16 is going to give me a minus 8 over x plus 2 squared dx. This is just another way to evaluate this without doing partial fractions, okay? That's all. Then this x plus 2 cancels, all right? So we have here 12 over x plus 2 to the first minus, is it going to help you if I write this as 8 times x plus 2 to the negative second dx? Maybe. You should be able to integrate this now, no problem. You don't need to u sub. You don't need to let u equal x plus 2 because du would just be dx. Waste of time. Just keep x plus 2 together like it's its own little family. Don't go breaking it up. Don't be a home wrecker. So antiderivative, keep the 12, ln, absolute value, x plus 2. Yeah? Okay, keep the minus 8. How do we antidifferentiate something to the negative second power? You add 1 to the exponent, so that would make it now raised to the negative first power, and you divide by the new exponent. So if I divide by negative 1, I'm just going to change this to a plus, and then I have plus c2. Oh, all right. So this is 1/2 ln absolute value x plus 2 plus 8 over x plus 2 plus c2. Okay, the more you practice this little technique, you'll get better and quicker at it, and it's typically a little faster than doing partial fractions. Probably in the beginning though, it's not. So it depends. If you hate it, then you probably won't take the time to learn it. So putting everything together, now we have, what am I writing? Now we have 1/2 x squared minus 4x plus 12 ln absolute value x plus 2 plus 8 over x plus 2 plus c, and we have to tell the people c equals c1 plus c2. So I thought that would be a fun one to do just so you could see a little bit of a different approach to some antiderivatives. And that technique is not always applicable, right? It has to be a special case where you can just simply add and subtract a term and get things to cancel and work out that way. Other situations, depending on what the numerator is looking like, it won't work. So maybe that's why some people don't like it or don't use it as much. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this integral of the day. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment down below. I love reading them. Did you like this technique, or would you rather have done partial fractions? I think probably like 90% of my students would want to do partial fractions instead. And I was like that until later on, when I just started integrating a bunch all the time, really when I was teaching, that I said, oh, this is more fun to do. So anyways, subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out the rest of my playlist. I have all sorts of video lectures. If you're in pre-calc, calc 1, 2, 3, even trig, algebra, stats. And if you want specialized content, request to videos to be made, then you can join my Patreon. I don't have a lot of people there at the moment, but I can take the time to make you guys videos depending on whatever you need in your classes. Okay? Take care, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.